Today we're talking about the 8 characteristics or the 8 common elements in a ad buying platform that you typically don't see in Facebook and Instagram. So what do the largest brands in the world do when they're not buying ads on Facebook and Instagram? We're going to go into that. So I think the most important and unspoken rule of marketing for small and mid-sized businesses is that there are so many incredible solutions available in the marketplace that you may not even know exist. And I say this because I've worked for some of the largest brands in the world at ad agencies who were their clients. So I've done work with Bacardi and Toshiba and PetSmart and ConocoPhillips, and they have access to tools and data and inventory and optimization techniques that are simply just not available to most small and mid-sized businesses. And I bring this up because it's important because our mission is really to bring these tools and capabilities to small and mid-sized businesses. So what I'm going to do today is outline 8 top-line elements that live in these various tools, so that you might know what's available to you if you want to expand outside of Facebook and Instagram and the available social channels. The challenge is that everyone can start an advertising agency and run ads on Facebook and Instagram and Google, but to scale a business, you sort of have to have a little bit of experience and knowledge about how to make ads and media and technology work to build a business. So the first component we'll start with is data. And data is a lot of information about consumers, where we go, what we're interested in, what we search for, what we buy. And the targeting on data is really focused in on like the ability to reach people on a website like Yahoo or AOL or your favorite app like Flickster, and really being able to hone in on a very specific audience. The phrase I typically talk about is precision marketing or precision advertising. Then we talk about the second element is number 2, targeting. These are more generic filters like geography or location, the browser the user is on, the device the user is on. So we might target people in Los Angeles, or we might target people who are 5 or 10 miles around an address, or who are within a specific trade area where customers might go. For local businesses, you might find that your customers come from a 2-mile radius around the address. So we can target that 2-mile radius. The third element here is inventory. So where do the ads run on? And when I think about inventory, I think of publishers such as Rubicon, PubMatic, and Google. And there's about 70 different inventory owners that are available in the marketplace. These inventory owners, say Rubicon, PubMatic, and Google, they have connections to inventory to the publishers such as AOL and Yahoo and your favorite apps and mom blogs. And so if you use a tool called Ghostery, you can actually see the types of inventory, the ad exchanges, these ad exchange tools that live on these sites. So you might see OpenX as another example, or Sovereign as another example. The fourth component here is safety and viewability. Safety and viewability really speaks to a suite of tools and technologies, primarily from Double Verify and Integral Ad Sciences and Grapeshot, that do a couple things. The first is that safety is the ability to prevent ads being delivered on bots and non-human traffic, right? There's a lot of bad actors, and our job is to avoid serving ads where those bad actors are. And so we use a variety of tools and mechanisms to ensure that our ads are run to real life human beings consuming media on a website or a mobile app. Another element of safety is brand safety. So the idea is my brand, you might say, my brand is incompatible with a person in a bikini or a swim trunks, right? I don't want to serve an ad next to a woman in a bikini because that's incompatible with my brand. Disney might say it's incompatible with my brand to serve an ad for a theme park next to a woman in a bikini on TMZ. I'm making it up. I don't know what their brand safety standards are, but that seems reasonable, right? So another example might be a healthcare advertiser. Let's say I'm Aetna and I don't want to serve ads next to negative health news. So in that case, I might be able to block ads from serving in environments that are incompatible with my brand. And so the things that we can block generally are like negative health news, negative financial news, levels of not having clothing on. So swimming suits and swimming trunks, we might say we don't want to run ads there. And we can also block based on keywords. The idea is maybe there's certain keywords. Maybe I don't want to run ads on a page that references my competitor. So maybe I'm 76 gasoline and I don't want to run ads if there's a news article about Chevron, for example, right? So we can do that as well. The fifth component of a platform ad in these ad buying platforms is bidding and frequency. So bidding is really what's happening is when you're buying ads both on Facebook and Instagram, but also on platforms like the Trade Desk and MediaMath, you're buying ads based on a bid, right? So I want to pay a $3 CPM, cost per 1,000 impressions, when an ad is available to the person I want to reach. And so I place a bid just like any auction you might see, and then in a lot of cases the company who bids the highest price wins the auction. And so bidding, how much do I want to potentially pay for an ad if I win that auction? The other element of that equation is frequency. How many times in a day or an hour or a week or a month do I want the same person to see the ad? Some people will say, it's reasonable for the same person to see an ad from an advertiser 7 times a week. And other people will say, no, it should be once every 24 hours or once every week or whatever the numbers are. So we can set these elements. The sixth component is tracking pixels. And the tracking pixels really do two things. Number one, lets me understand who has visited a site or components of a website. And number two, lets me track when a person sees our ad or clicks on our ad and then takes the desired action, such as submitting lead information or buying something. So the key element here is remarketing. When we place our pixels on the home page, we can remarket to people who have visited the home page. Similarly, if a person then buys, we know which ad they clicked on that resulted in a purchase. The seventh component is creative. And creative is really just the ads, the banners, the Facebook or Instagram messages, the video ads, etc. that is being run. The eighth component and the final component here is reporting. And reporting really speaks to all of the data and insights that come in as a feedback loop from our campaigns so that we can actually understand what works and what doesn't. So we might say ads that are 300 by 250 work much better than ads that are 728 by 90. Or ads that are served on sports pages do better than ads that live on entertainment pages. So then we'll spend more money on sports pages and less money on entertainment pages. So those are the 8 components of digital advertising in a demand-side platform or an ad buying platform that are typically used for the largest brands in the world. We do this for our clients, and I've been working in digital advertising for 17 years, and so we're into 2020, so 9 years of my life has been spent on these types of ad buying platforms. Don't forget, listen to the LA Business Podcast to hear how businesses grow and scale. Download our free recession marketing guide, and we have 33 tips for small business owners to revamp their marketing and be successful during this very difficult period of time. Have a great weekend, everyone.